Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to the final installment of our LEGO Zelda Advent Calendar for 2021. This is the second Advent Calendar we're done, so once you're done with this video, I recommend going and checking out the 2020 version for a bit more Christmas spirit and a lot more LEGO Zelda fun. So without any further ado, and without explaining anything else that's going on, let's open up our 2021 Advent Calendar and take a look straight away at day number 19. And zooming on into day number 19, we have another versatile build which would be really useful for your LEGO Zelda collection. We have a Gossip Stone specifically inspired by Ocarina of Time, and the shaping for this guy was actually really challenging. I spent about a good 40 minutes or so trying to work out the best sort of shaping I could do for him, and then I finally settled on this. So while it's not perfect, it's pretty close, and I also like the fact that we've got the print on there, and this is just another thing that appears across the Legend of Zelda franchise, and which buying this advent calendar or buying multiple copies would give you multiple gossip stones, which you can use across all of your Lego Zelda scenes. So a really nice inclusion here. Specifically, just it fits really well. I really like it. Moving on, we'll let you find day number 20. Getting much easier now. There's not too many days left. And inside day number 20, we have the Christmas tree build for this year. Now, as I said last week, every advent calendar contains presents, a snowman, and a Christmas tree. And this is our Christmas tree variant, and this is actually based off the Stone Ganondorf from the end of the Wind Waker. And I thought it was morbidly funny if we did Stone Ganondorf and then Elf Link and Elf Zelda decided to dress him up as a Christmas tree. So they've stuck the star of their Christmas tree across his mouth, put some tinsel with some berries around him, and stuck some candy canes at the bottom and sort of made him into a Christmas tree. So it's a bit of an obscure one, but I find it funny. I hope someone else finds it funny and it's not just me being creepy. But either way, this is built in a very interesting fashion. We've got a recolor of the grip hook hairpiece with light bluish grey ears and a dark bluish grey for the rest of the hair. He's got a very simplistic face print with that star on the front. The same for the torso, and then a printed 1x2 slope, and then a printed 1x2 brick with a 1x2x3 slope at the back to represent his flowing dress. If we move on now to day number 21, we can see that it is a part 1 of 2 build, and this is the Spirit Train from Spirit Tracks, and today we're building the engine and the cannon car. I really don't know what to call it. Now, while these guys aren't actually attached to each other, I do think that they look really cute and are of course inspired by the first 2 carriages in the Spirit Train. Using some recolors of these stamp pieces as well as some roller skates, you can make pretty much anything, and I really like the idea of between having the King of Red Lions and Linebeck's ship in microscale, having the other titular vehicle from the Hero of the Sea trilogy, which the majority of this Advent calendar is inspired by, was really important. So here we have our first 2 carriages of our Spirit Train for day number 21. Now you may have already guessed it, but that was a 2-parter build, so if we zoom straight on into day number 22, we can see the carriages of the Spirit Train. As I talked about earlier, these 2 don't connect, they're in the right colour scheme, and they fit with the rest of the train, which you can see all together here. And with the 4 carriages, I think it looks absolutely spectacular. That is all 4 or all 3 of the main vehicles from the Hero of the Sea trilogy, which was really nice to include, and I had a lot of fun designing this in microscale. Now, if we take a look at our penultimate day, number 23, I also mentioned there was one other trope in the advent calendar that we always see, and of course it is the present. So we have 3 presents lined up here. We have a green and brown one for Link, built in the normal present style with an envelope tile on the top. We have a blue one with a golden chrome Triforce on the top. I think this one would probably be for Zelda. And then a sort of loosely inspired Linebeck one, which would be another one of those box pieces which could open up, meaning you can put any of these small elements like the heart container or the Minish Link or the rupees in this box, just for a bit of extra playability. And that one's got a star on the top and it is in a bright yellowish orange and red colour scheme. It's here, it's finally here. Some of you guessed it last week. This is our final figure, our final Hero of the Sea Christmas themed minifigure, and of course it's going to be a Santa. Which character did I choose? We chose Lineback! So this is obviously a Santa version of Linebeck from Phantom Hourglass, which you guys saw in my custom CMF in the wave number 2 at the end of November, and I recommend checking it out if you haven't seen it. This is a recolor, so once again he's using the same Lloyd hairpiece, recolored this time in white. He's got some white facial features, so I guess he dyed his hair to look more like Santa, but apart from that it's the same facial expression. He's still using that medium skin tone and has the same roughly underlaying printing, except for his neckerchief has been turned blue, and his overcoat has been given some fluffy trim, and he is made to be look like Santa. Maybe he should have had a sack accessory, but I'm really pleased with how he came out, and while it's a bit more of a subtle approach on the Santa figure, I really do like the way he came out. well, and I think it's really, really fun. Sadly, that is the end of our advent calendar. So taking a look at our 6 builds from today, we had the 2 sections of the Spirit Train, the Gossip Stone, some presents, a Santa Ganondorf tree when he's in his stone form, and Santa Linebeck. And that is going to round out all 24 of our advent calendar. Now, I recommend going out and checking the other 3 parts of this series. It was a lot of fun, and as I mentioned earlier, I should have linked the 2020 advent calendar up above just so that you guys can enjoy that one as well. And I hope you consider sticking around on the channel. So overall, I'd like to know your favourite day out the 24 and how you like this one compared to last year's. I'm really interested to see if you guys preferred the more all over the Zelda series approach we did last year, or this more concentrated on the Hero of the Sea era for this one. So I really want all the feedback, and it's really, really going to play into how we do next year's, if we do next year's at all. It's really, really going to be down to you guys, so please give me all of the feedbacks. It would be much, much appreciated. As I mentioned earlier, consider subscribing. I want all the comments and all the attention. No, that's not quite the right word. Give it some love, give us a like, whatever. I hope you guys enjoyed it and have an absolutely wonderful Christmas. I'll be seeing you back next week with a normal episode of the Custom Set Showcase. As you guys might remember, we're in the middle of our Custom Set Wave 3, and we've actually only got 3 custom sets left. And this one is number Z0047. Next week, just before New Year's, 0047. And have some guesses down below as well. But with all of that and the information overload, and now I'm starting to ramble, I hope you enjoyed this mini-series we did on the channel, and I hope you're excited to go back to more custom Zelda sets. Have a wonderful Christmas and a Happy New Year. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.